Alrighty, Doc here from North America. I was playing around with the new chart just in the last 15 minutes, and I really do like it. It's very nice. I got the hinkies up, but I need to really dedicate some time to figure it all out. But it seems very, it's very good. It's very nice. You guys definitely have turned it up on the caliber of the platform. Very nice. Matter of fact, I accidentally started to go into the code. It was like, whoa, I don't need the code. I don't need to get that far into it. So, let me kill this volume too. Where's that? Where's that? Where is that? Let me see where the button is for that bloody thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. So I can hear me. There we go. All right. So, anyway, what a beautiful platform. Didn't realize you guys put out J4X. J4X4. I saw something about it a while ago, but yeah, I saw that. Hey, Metho. Hey, Turk. How you doing? Hey, Janos. Yeah, really nice platform. I really like the platform. Let me just get it up there. I like how I have a choice over here on the right side. It seems to have remembered that I used the Hinky Ash keys. I think that's where is it at? There it is, right there. So, let me just see. Where's the Hinky Ash keys again? Yeah, I think they're the Hinky Ash keys right there. So if I go like that, click on it. I guess I go over to Candlestick again or something like that. Bars. If I go bars, let's see. And I guess I got to turn off Hinky Ash key. I don't want to delete it. What's that mean? Okay, yeah, that turns it off. We can turn it off. I love that. And I can turn it back on again. I think I can turn it back off. Oh, I see. Yeah. So if I go like that, I go back to bars. Now that's Hinky Ash key, I believe, right there. That's Hinky Ash key. And I like that. Having it over here, I'll be able to control it. Let's see what that. I don't see. It doesn't remember my two stochastics. It has cloud on there. I haven't seen cloud in a long time. That's kind of neat. I mean, I don't use it, but I mean, I've seen people starting to advertise it too. But that's the Hinky Ash key, I believe. Yeah, that's Hinky Ash key. Okay, and if I go over to it again, I'm able to turn it off. I don't want to delete it. I imagine if I hit the X, it disappears altogether. So if I go like that, there we go. It's turned off. So now when we're looking at something, we can, I could have like candles up there or something like that, and then we could throw the Hinky Ash key in it, and we get a better flavor of what's going on.
Market data
I like that a lot. Now I'm gonna work a little bit at trying to. Oh, no, cancel. Let's see. Let's move it over, like so. There we are. And I guess I can move that over. Let's see if I can move this over. Does that move over? That I would. Let's see when I go like more. Let's see. More opens up. Does it look at some of my older things? I'm impressed. Very nice website. Very nice platform. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's go to George and what George was talking about right off. Let's go to silver. And I bet I could change the background the whole bit. I thought that's really nice. Let's just shrink this down a little bit more like that. There we go. They even fit together better. If I can move the indicator side here over more, that would be nice. If I can, there it is. Oh, no, okay. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I can go like that. It makes it larger or smaller. I like that a lot. Ooh. Now, what did I do there? How do I reset that? Is there a refresh button? Silver dump. Let's throw silver up there real quick. Let's see, right there. Let's see how silver is doing. There is that. I guess I have to put some of these in again. So I'm gonna, at least I have the other old platform. I'll be able to fill in the products. What's that? Precious metals. Interesting. Yeah, you have it broken down nicely. So now let me go back to, there's gold. And then, what is it? Let me just, I should open up the other platform too. Let me do that. And then I can find the symbols really quick. Yes. But no, I like this. This is a very nice platform. Let's take a look at, see, click on that. Very nice platform. I just need more time to be able to work with it. I downloaded it yesterday, as you suggested, and see. I bet I can move this out of the way, so it doesn't have to sit here, and I can shrink it down like that, and then move it over like so. Let's see. There we go. I can do it like that. That's perfect. Now I can go look at the different products. We could go that way too with it. That would be even better. There we are. And I can find the symbols. Let's see, move that over just a little bit. More like that. There we are. Now I can find the silver symbol. That's XAG. Okay, perfect. Now let's put that back up here. XAG. XAG. There we are. Perfect. There we are. In fact, I think I'll move that keyboard more to my access point, like so. Just put it right there for the time being. Perfect. And then it's loading it now. So, hey Robin, yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's see what's going on. There it is, right there. Let's see. Window. I need to raise this chair up for a second. Hold on, so I can, because I got all these monitors in different directions. You probably can still hear me. I just have to figure out how to. My son's gave me a chair, one of these modern chairs, and I haven't figured out how to use it all the way. And it's nice and fun and so forth, and it's very comfortable. It's a great chair, but I haven't mastered all the tools of it. Let's see. Let me see. I want to raise this thing up to the top, not the bottom. So that, is that it? What's that do there? There we go. Oh, that was easy. Just a button. Oh, nice technology. Alrighty. That's better. There we go. Now we're in. I was all the way down at the bottom for the lower. I have two groups of. Oh, there it goes. I have two groups of monitors. I have two tiers. So you got 5 monitors in one direction and 5 monitors underneath them. And so it makes it, when I have them all the way down, it's a lot easier because I keep most of the stuff I'm watching on the bottom, and the top ones have 2 different financial channels on it. So, all right, now, see, I can scroll that like that so we can take a look at it deeper. Let's put the Hinky Ash key, and look, I can click on the Hinky Ash key. I think you can click on the Hinky Ash key. I feel like it hink. There it goes. And you can see the Hinky Ash key. And then I can go like this and get rid of it. So you can see we're generating a red there. Now I need to get my stochastics in here. We'll figure that out. I was trying to put them in just as the webinar was starting. I got a phone call. It was like I'm going in 5 directions. Oh, there's the chat line. Let's go back to the chat line. Okay, so, hey, Trust Trader, how you doing? Silver needs some rest. Yeah, I guess they're profit taking. And then Turk is, I'm comfortable now. I'm working on the new platform with our work at the same time. That's all I'm doing. We downloaded it yesterday. I went in 5 directions all day long because of the crazy news with the Fed, and We had ads we had to put in different places, and we were doing other things. I am a drawdown from yesterday's trading, 20% as always. Now, which product were you in yesterday? I'm trying to think. Euro, right? Weren't you trading the euro? Let's take a look at the euro and see what's going on with the euro. As we, like I said, you can see right here is that's the Turkish lira. We'll go back to the Turkish lira. I just want to put the silver in. I know that we're trying to get into a daily sell as we speak with the silver. See that right there? We got a little red line going on. It's broken the zero line. When I last saw the gold, it was just on the line. It is almost breaking. And so you can see here on the Hinky Ashki, you got that red going on right there after all these greens. Now, let's drift over to the euro. And that one's at the top. There it is right there. And it's loading. Let it load up. This is the very first time I've ever looked at the euro, but I can see it's there at 106.21. Yeah, I would imagine, wasn't it up around the 106.80s or something like that? Let's see what we got here. Right. Just a quick look. Right there? Right there. Yeah, but we're not getting anything damaging at the moment. You can see that there. It's still, it's down, but we don't have a red dot going on. You can see over here on J4X, the Hinky Ashki is still green also at the same time. We haven't looked at the stochastic, but you can see right here, our work is telling us not to worry. And you can see the weekly is holding up very strong in here. So, Trust Trader, I would say, yeah, exactly. I would wait for, let's go look at the intraday for you. Let's look at that intraday just to see what's going on. But remember, that's a very short-lived situation. Let me go. Let's see, where's that? We open this up. We go like that. Let me just do this first. I want to close this. Close there, like so. Yes. And now let's open up the intraday. And like we said, we figured out what the issue is there. Intraday. There it is right there. We keep it with the S&P 500. We do find and then there it is right there. There's the intraday. And so you can see right there, it's trying to make a little bounce here. But remember, this is, like from this bottom, that was, 3 hours ago. Okay? So we went into a sell back in here. And our math had us selling all the way down to here. Then we went into the buy right there. And it's lifted. And what did it do here? It stayed in there until it went into a sell here. And it went right back into the buy right there. Sell, buy. And then it's in the buy to here. And now we're in the sell there. So it went down. There's a little whipsaw. That's at 8.5 out of 10 stuff. And then you got a buy again here. And now you're in a sell there. And we're just getting back into the buy. So you can see that right now. It's trying to get into the buy. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh, you can't see it? Let's make that bigger. There we are. So went into the sell here. So we went into we were in the buy. I guess we were in the buy for this whole move. I think this right here, up until there. And we can scroll over and see what that looks like. Yeah. And then it really got beat up here. It fell down from those 80s that you're talking about down to here. I would the only thing I suggest, oh, there's Janos. Put the multi-chart full screen. We can't see it. Okay, multi-chart. Oh, yes. So there we go. And so the rate and okay, yes. Yeah, we're going to have more noise. That was yesterday. That was entertaining. The Fed, and then I understand the Bank of London, the Exchequer, raised its interest rate 0.5 percentage point, and I guess the Europeans are doing the same thing. And that is kind of the thoughts of what's going on, I guess. I mean, that's the name of the game there. So what do we got going on here? I guess what? Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I wanted to say to Trust Trader, Trust Trader, just reduce your quantity, so you don't get stopped out so harshly. You know what I mean? If you're trading €1,000, in other words, let's say you have €1,000 in your account, then only buy like 100 euro of the when you're trading the hard delta. Only way I ever trade hard delta, in other words, naked long, is through intraday trading. I never do overnight like that long-term investment thing where you're willing to get beat up. I like to protect things. I like to marry binaries and options to the hard delta, and that's the spot. That's what the future or the stock. That's the way it usually works. So, all right, and you can see here it's kind of quiet, really. I mean, I don't see much action. I see it more being noisy, like sideways, confused, no real clarity. I think that's the best way to describe it more than anything else. I mean, really, that seems to be the action at the moment. And then, let's see, from there, I'm trying to think where we go from there. We go to, where we were at? We were looking at silver. So now, let's go to the dollar index. We haven't looked at we can skip around if you care to, but let's just take a quick look at what the dollar index is doing. I saw the dollar actually lifting this morning. I was kind of like, what? Dollar lifting? I guess you got to take profit sometimes. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Those longs on Trust Trader, the longs in the euro are trying to take some what do you call it, profits. So they're squeezing you a little bit. That's why it's always nice to have, something to protect you underneath, so you don't get just stopped out, and then you turn around 2 days later and go, oh man, I was long, and my work was saying I should be long. Yeah, you can see here our dollar index is trying to lift, but it's not really getting any real. You got a green and a red. We're seeing a little volatility signal. We'll see. It's just plus by the hair, very small. See, 2.63, 2.75. It's right around in there. All right, now let's go over to J4X and take a look at it. We'll get J4X straightened out. We'll get our Manhattan indicator totally connected. But I love the idea that we can go like that. There's it right there. You can go boom, and we can see the bar. I'm not sure what those lines are all about, but we'll master that at the same time. So now let's go over to the dollar index and take a look and see what that is saying, and that's the DXY right there. So let's see. We go into the box here, and we go, let's see, it's DXY. Or is it dollar? It's dollar, okay. Let's see. I guess I can spell it all the way out. Dollar.idx. So we go with dollar, AR, dot, there it is, perfect. And it's still loading up, but there it is now. And let's get the hinky ashkies in there. I just go like that, boom. Like boom. Come on. I guess it's calculating it as we speak. Once we keep on doing that, it'll have it in there instantly. There it goes. Look at that. There's the hinky ashkies. You see that red still going on. And I guess we showed you that in the euro. The euro is still green also. Well, let's just go back to that for Trust Trader. Because when you're in a position and you're getting beat up, that's the least amount of your fun, And there it is right there. You can see all that green still. So I wouldn't worry too much. Which pair would you trade? I think Turk, obviously the best pair, most liquid pair is the Euro, the one we have up on the screen right now. That's probably like the best. And then from there, at times, maybe the British pound, and then the yen, and then the Swiss. Just the way they're listed inside the dollar index itself. There's 6 currency pairs that make up the DXY, or this dollar index that we were just looking at. And I think it's like 40 some odd percent, I think, is the euro. And then something like, I think it's like 18% is like the yen. And then from the yen, it goes like 15% is the British pound. And then underneath that, I forget, it's like maybe 8 or 9% is like the Canadian. And then I know that the kroner and the Swiss franc are equal in percentage. They could be 6 or something like that, or something like that. And they're the pairs. Now, obviously, if you live in, let's say I'm looking at your name and I'm figuring that you're from Turkey, if you're from Turkey, the euro, let's show you this one. The euro Turkish lira is probably the best one. Not the dollar Turkish lira, but the euro Turkish lira. Let's see if we can put that in there. So, euro. Not found. Okay, let's try that again. All right. So, where's it at? That's not it. Wrong mouse. I got them color coded now too. This is the red mouse. Let's go to the euro Turkish lira. There we go. So it's EUR. EUR / and then the Turk lira. There you go. It'll load in a second. And we think this is the best of the, out of all the pairs trades, the euro Turkish lira is probably the best to trade. There we go. Oh, you're from Iran. Okay. I don't think, do they really have, their currency's really tangled up. I think it's like the Chinese currency, kind of more, I think it floats more, doesn't it? The Turkish, what is the currency in Iran? But I used to pay attention to it because they actually had a pretty good exchange at one time. Could we copy trade by you? I hear you. I would. I guess we could figure something out. I don't know. What? Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I would imagine. IRR, yeah, I used to follow it one time. It was pretty active at one time, a couple decades ago. I've been trading since the late 70s, early 80s. So at one time, the Turkish lira was, not Turkish, I'm sorry, the Iranian currency was very active. Now it's kind of, I guess it's trapped in whatever, it's trapped inside the politics, But I have some Iranian friends here in the States. I went to school with some Iranian students in England, and they deal with money once in a while. They do deal with the Iranian currency. I do remember that. So because they have a lot of family still in Iran. Matter of fact, we've done phone calls to his brother and his sister and so forth. They're very active, involved in communicating with each other. They're always around. It is amazing how easy it is to call into Iran. Uh, so yeah, I would say yeah, out of all the pairs trades, you probably want to be, you just want to control the percentage that you're doing so you don't get trapped. Yeah, I can imagine. I understand it goes in and out, right? You have to use a satellite downfeed. Sometimes they cut the internet over there, so you have to draw it from other places. That makes sense. All right, so where are we at this point? Yeah, so they're my advice. If you're looking for good products to trade, probably the DXY, the currencies that make up the DXY. The dollar index is probably the best to play with. Trust says you can copy trade for $45 a month going public trading now. DD is 35% minus for 35% growth. Copy trade. Now what is copy trade? Is that like follow my trades? Is that what that is? I've heard of it, but I've never paid attention to it. I'll have. Hey, Robin, why don't you take a look and see what copy trade is? Robin will take a look at it and be able to fill me in on that. Is that like that guy that you talked to last night, right? Found on MetaQuotes. MetaQuotes. Okay, I see. Well, we'll take a peek at that. And then what happens? Everybody sees your trade? Is that what that does? Could be interesting. It's like social trading, huh? Interesting. I'll have Robin in Chicago at our office take a look at it and see what's going on. Piggybacking your trades. Oh, okay. All right. Take a look into it. Maybe we could get connected up with that, and we could have something dedicated to that and sell the service. Maybe we can make that a service we sell. That's like the guy you were talking with last night, right, Robin? All right. All right, where should we go from there? Does anybody want to see anything particular? If not, I'll just go back into my rhythm. If you want to see something, just say it. We'll go look at it. Okay? Let's take a look at the British pound. Where's cable at? There's cable. That's the Euro Turkish lira right there. See, it's a good product. Got a little wild there. Maybe, I don't know. Never got the story what was up with the liquidity there, but it seems to be straightening itself out now, which is nice. But there were some strange things going on, and maybe it was end of the year settlements. Just like, notice the same time period, Swiss went crazy too. So Swiss blew through the top of the trading range the whole bit. Same thing with the yen. So maybe there was just an illiquid moment for a lot of products, and it was the worst. It was worse for the Turkish lira, whereas it was very orderly when it came to the Swiss or the Japanese yen. And there's the cable. You can see right there, cable's down a little bit today, but still looking very good. See that right there. You can see the weekly, no problem at all, holding up very well right there. We go over to J4X4, and let's take a look at cable. There it is. You see the same situation. The Hinky Ashkeys are pushing up nicely. We don't have our stochastics in again. We will get that straightened out after this one. Similar. Is that what it is? Yeah, you and I will talk about that later on. Maybe it's something worth. We can get people to follow the computer. Maybe we can do a screen share with it and just people send it in. I don't even have to pay attention to it. That would be nice. I guess in essence, it would be like aiming some of our products, like you were saying, something live up on our website each day, so people could tune in and go from there. All right. So there's the cable, and again, we want to get that stochastic in there. Maybe we'll play with that right now. Let's see if we can get the stochastic in there. Let's see. So we go into, it's like the same thing. There's that. Recent, it's not in our recent, there it is. Okay. There they are. There we are. Okay. And let's do that again. There we are. There's our stochastics. Now what we need to do is we need to fix that and turn them off and on. So we want the slow. So edit indicator. There it is. Edit. And we want to turn the fast off. How do we do that? Let's see. Turn the fast off. Let's see. Outputs. There it is. There we go. Okay. And then this one, same thing. Edit, outputs. Turn off that. Okay. And then we want to put them together. We're able to grab it before and just move them up and down. Let's see if we can do this. What's that? Will it move it down? Nope. We don't want to do that, so we want to go back. We want to put them together. Let's see, how did I put them together? I guess we can see them by the numbers. That's at 70, this is at 74. So the green is underneath at the moment, but you're not visually seeing it, but you're seeing it statistically, you know? So that's a start. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll get that as math put together in the end. What is that? That's a... Let's see, Robin says, piggyback your trades. And then Trust says, yes, you can do. Similar. Okay, we'll take a look at it this way. I think that's a service we could add. You know that? Because a lot of people would rather have accurate information. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame them. I could not trade if I didn't have my math. There's no way in the world I could trade. I mean, I guess I could trade if I knew the same I know about options now. Then I could trade, because using binaries and options is a lot more organized and profitable. But I couldn't intraday trade without having my math. There's no way. So you can see here. So you can see those numbers right there. I wonder if there's a way I can move this. If I right-click that, can I bring it down? I see. Come in arrange. Okay. Bring it to front. Bring it forward. Send to back. I don't know about all that stuff. Let's see what else. Restore default. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm afraid. I don't know what the default is. Remove indicator. Copy indicator. Let's see. Edit indicator. Add indicator. We'll figure a way of bringing them down. I'll figure it out. There they are, but they're not overlaid. Okay, so what we want to do is move that one up. No, I see that just moves them up and down. We'll have to figure that out. But you can see right there, that's at 74. And we need to change that color too. Let's do this. Edit indicator and go to inputs, and let's make that. How do we do that? Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, there we are. So you can see there, it's over it at the moment. You can see that. What do I think about what? About the cop? What did you call it? Copy trade? Robin and I were talking about that just recently. Matter of fact, we were talking about it last night. Robin had been talking to, wanted to copy our trades. And what the problem was is they only allowed you to buy options. You could not short options. And you need to be able to short options to trade options correctly. You need to be able to do both. You need to be able to buy options, and you need to be able to short options, not just sell options. Selling options mean you bought options first. So, but Robin and I, over the last couple of weeks, were talking about that because of probably like you or other people that like looking at our intraday. And at one time, in the very beginning, what we did is I used to have a camera on the, before OBOS. what we had is a camera on the intraday chart separately. So you could actually trade during the hour intraday watching the show, watching the webinar. And then OBOS started sucking up bandwidth to the point where it really messed up the camera. So I increased the speed of the internet the whole bit, back and forth. It was back and forth from the shore house to here. It was like it was becoming very hard. Once we jumped over to OBOS, it made it tough because of the bandwidth that it was demanding off the computer. And I put it on the best computer, and just the whole bit. The most powerful computer I had, but the bandwidth itself was the problem. So, but if we could find a way of parking it up, and Rob and I were talking about it, about putting it on a screen on our website, where you could go to the website and each day you could trade a different product intraday. And you could just tune in on our screen and just watch the intraday. We were thinking about that. Still are. So, but if we can do it through a much more simpler process, like what was it, Meta something you were saying? Copy share, copy trade. We'll come up with something and make it a service. We could charge for it, make it easy. But I don't want to have to be involved in it in the sense of paying attention to it throughout the day more than just looking at it every so often, making sure it's working right. The math doesn't change. It's usually once it's running, it's running. I would look at it more to make sure it's running, make sure it didn't die. Get some bubble from the internet. But anyway, all right. So there we are. You can see the cable, and we can see our two indicators. They're just not on top of each other, and you can see it's 74. And this one's trading at 70 and change. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's go like this. And that's pretty much the name of the game at this point. And so, okay, from here, there we are. There we are. Now I'm looking at that. That's interesting. The histogram seems to, this is the daily. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah, everything's working fine now. I'm just looking at certain things to make sure we can see everything. Right there. Okay. So now from the cable, we'll go over to the Swiss. And we'll get it all figured out. But at least you can see it right there. You can see these two right there. And the green line is below the bottom stochastic, the center line. And now ours is not broken that way yet. So we'll see. And that's the cable there. From the cable, let's go over to the Swiss. I know I've said that 3 times now. Let's try to get over to the Swiss. There's the Swiss. But again, if anybody wants to see something else, just shout it out. We'll go to it. I don't have much of a problem. I'm just trying to, keep everything moving along here. There's the Swiss. You see it's been in a daily sell for a bunch of days. Let's take a look at it over on J4X. Right there. It's loading. Remember, this is the first time they've been in the system on this J4X4. So it takes a little bit. There you go. There's the Hinkies. It's been red. You can see the green line is trading at what, 25, and the yellow line is trading at 24. So it's trying to lift up a little bit. We're seeing a little strength on the upside with the stochastic indicator, or what we call this combined together as the Manhattan indicator. And then from there, let's see. Oh yeah, you know that, Janos. Why don't we try to get the programmers to put the 3 together and call it the Manhattan indicator, Doc's Manhattan indicator, and you'll have that on there, and then people can use that. They just click on one, and maybe the Hinky Ashkeys can be down on that instead of on the bars itself, and then this way people can use bars or candlesticks or whatever, but they can use the indicator down below. We should talk about that. And then from there, let's see what else we got going on. So that's doing that. Still no real deep change. You can see a little strength in there today, right there, like that. But not anything major. And so then from there we jump over to the yen, right there. And the yen is loading in now. I think I'm going to have a handful of peanuts or something waiting for all this. What else can we say? I was telling Robin, I heard some really strange, complaints about the way the market's moving and the way what Powell said. And it's like as if the market's moving separately from what Powell said. It was very interesting. There we go. Now you can see there. Do I have the yen up? I don't have the yen up. Let's get the yen up too. Right there. Now you can see right there. You see it's trying to perk up. We got a green and a red. You see the weekly is trying to turn up too. The daily, not the most exciting. Let's widen that out a little bit more like that. I mean, it's not exploding in any particular way. You just see it's in a daily sell for 3 days, and here we are going the wrong way. So it's trying to lift up, and it gave you a win here. And then you obviously, if you're trading the hard delta, without an option, you want to basically put a stop in to take out half your position as a profit, and then put another stop above that where you just break even or something of that nature with the second tranche of your position. That's the only way to trade hard deltas. That way, you gotta take profit. You gotta have your stop set up so you're taking profits, and in the end, the trade is a win, and you're out of it. Okay, and that's the answer to it. Because when you just put like a 20% stop, all you're going to do is guarantee losses. You're going to lose more than make. You've got to make your stops so that you're locking in profits at the same time. And that's really the magic of it all. So that's that. Now we jump over to Turkish lira, and I think we had the Turkish lira up there too, didn't we? Let's put that up there again. Right there. There we go. It's all loaded. You see the same thing here. Green line is higher than the zero line or the yellow. So we're seeing that strength in there. And you're seeing the same thing over here. There it is. Same thing. We're moving up comfortably on a daily. Until we get everything organized, we won't show you the weekly unless you want to see the weekly. And then tomorrow we'll have it set up so we can do the weekly. And you can see all that weekly is being strong there. All right. And then from there, we go over to the two currencies that match with the commodities. In this case here, Canadian usually matches with oil. There it is right there. And you can see there, what is that, light commodity? No, that's I thought it was light. Oh yeah, 77. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, here we go. Let's put it up over here. Let's see, right there. Yeah, it's trading in the 77s. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. And you can see there the Hinky Ashkies are marching up. What's this? What's this? European Central Bank has just hiked its main refinancing. That's what Janos was talking about. Okay, which makes sense. And they have to match with the Fed, or things get wacky. And you can see here on the oil. Where's that at? You can see it's trading. Where's that trading? It's trading at 90, 91, 90, right around 90, and the yellow is at 69. So you can see that strength inside the stochastic. When you compare the two stochastics here, this is the fast, this is the slow. Look at that. That's nice when you go like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, I got a message there too. I can see the message system. Oh, wow. That's what I missed from the old Dukascopy, is the message system. How many messages do I have? That's interesting. So that's what I miss. The internal system was so much more fun. But this platform is nice. It gives me a feel again of the local, being internally again at Dukascopy. What else can we say about the crude? That's that. Now let's go back to the, where's it at? Right there. Let's go take a look at the Canadian. You see, the Canadian has been trying to slope down as the oil has been rising, but like you can see right here on J4X. I think we'll call it J4 on J4, and you can see that the strength there, and you can see here, the Canadian's been trying to go down, and they're giving it a little pop today. Again, kind of profit taking. Did you get the pop up for ECB? I did. I like that. It was very nice. Yeah, so they raised the rate there too. They have to raise the rates. They don't have a choice. They've got to do. Remember the last time Bank of England didn't do what the Fed did, and everything got really wacky. It messes everybody up. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of long-term capital management. That's what that reminds me of. Remember that, Janos? You may be too young for long-term capital management back in the 90s. You probably read about it. That was like 28 years ago. Long-term capital management was this fund that was put together by, back then, the legendary chairman of Merrill Lynch, who retired. So he retired from Merrill Lynch. It was the legendary market technician of Merrill Lynch. And it was Scholes, I believe, from Black and Scholes, the Nobel Prize-winning economist that developed the option pricing system. Other people were doing it, but he got the Nobel Prize for it. So it was Black and Scholl, the two of them, and he got a Nobel Prize for it. I think Black did too. And so the three of them they created a company called a hedge fund called Long-Term Capital Management. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they had all these big names running this hedge fund, and Scholes would go around, getting the money into the hedge fund. This is before there was all these big hedge funds, and it was like the biggest. It was like the biggest hedge fund in the world. And he went begging to Soros to lend them money to deal with it. Oh, Soros didn't have enough money. It took the Federal Reserve to save them. It wasn't even the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve had to step in and save everybody. Greenspan was in. And so what happened was, Scholes used to say this. You'll get a laugh out of this. He used to say, what we're doing is we're picking up 5-cent pieces, or like nickels. That's what it's called here in the States. Like $1 is 100 pennies. And so he'd say, we're picking up 5 pennies in front of a steamroller. You know what a steamroller is? When they're building roads, and you have that giant machine that rolls over everything to press it down. He says that's what we do. We pick up 5 cent pieces in front of the steamroller. Well, the steamroller got them. What they had done is it was in the early 90s, and the ruble was trading around 4.5, 5, and the bond market. Oh, good. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. And so, what happened was they were arbing like European bonds, like French bonds, because the European Union wasn't fully in. There was no euro at that time, so there were French francs and there were German, Deutschmarks and things like that, and they were buying one bond and shorting another bond, and they were shorting the American or the let's say the European bonds and the American bonds, and buying the Russian bonds because the Russian bonds were paying more interest. It was 94, so because of the price of the ruble. Then, things started to open up in the Russian Republic, and the ruble jumped to 13 or something like that, and they got crushed. And the Federal Reserve had to come in. Soros didn't have the money to, and Soros wouldn't have lent them that money anyway, because back then it wasn't Soros. It was what's his name, Jimmy Rogers, Soros, and there was a third partner. Soros didn't run that fund. He was a partner in that fund. They always pretend like Soros was this brilliant guy. It was Jimmy Rogers, and it was I can't remember the third guy. There was 3 partners inside that fund. They had a name for the fund. And that's when they broke up. So Soros went his own way. Yeah, Boris Yeltsin. Exactly. No. The bodies go in. They tie them down with bricks and put them in, drop them in the oceans. And matter of fact, have you noticed because of the water levels at Lake Mead outside of Las Vegas, they're finding all these bodies. Odd laugh, not good laugh. But yeah, that's the way that works. No, steamrollers, when they're building roads, maybe they torture people that way with it, when no one's around. But no, they don't usually get rid of bodies that way. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, they wouldn't use it for the concrete. They use it for the roads more. But if they could, they would. You're not wrong about that. I can say that. If they could, they would. So, the rent on a steamroller is massive. Yeah, I bet. And they're going to do it for free anyway. Yeah, right. Exactly. Car battery works so much better. You have to be really solid-minded to be able to put up with the car battery. Yeah, I mean, very few people can deal with that. Oh, is it spiking? Oh, we went into the intraday buy, so let's take a look at that. Let's go back to that. Yeah, see, it caught that move. We went into the buy right here. It was in the buy right there. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see that. So it went into the buy here. Was it there? No, right here. But I think it dipped down below. Let's see what that says. Yeah, it just pushed itself out of it, and then it pushed itself back up, but we still had a red there. So in this case here, it missed it. It missed the trade. That little dip there. Too bad. I guess we could try to fine-tune this a little bit more. Maybe we'll work on that too. I threw that in there to match up with this one. The one right there. So I used to run Janos, I used to run like a 300 or a 396 or something like that for the. Let's go take a look at the euro again. I'm willing to play around with that in those last couple minutes here. Or was it 96? Remember I used to run a 96. I think it was that. That's way too small. Yeah. Remember one time I think we ran a 39. but I think it was a 96 we ran on the camera. Remember that when we used to keep it up on the camera so you could trade through it with it throughout the day? Yeah, so there goes into the buy here, holds all the way to there, stays in the sell there to here. You're in the buy for one trade. It does make a teeny weeny little high, goes back into the sell here, and then it goes right back into the buy. Where's it going to the buy? Right there. Nope, right there. Yeah, right there. It goes into the buy there. You get that little action again. And then it goes into the sell here. Yeah, that's very sensitive. We need something in between. I've been using that 286 on the S&Ps. It's outstanding. Very solid. Let's see. What can we go with there? 196? 186. Let's try 186. Yeah, it's still too choppy. That 286 is just so much better. I've been using that for a long while now. It just missed it. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you just miss a trade. Yeah, see, it just if it had given us a green dot here, that would have been great. Because then you would have caught that whole move. Got it. It was back above it for here. Anytime the green line goes through the manifold, I'm always convinced that there is follow through. There's always follow through, even with the red dot. It's when you get it like a. Let's see if we can show you. I guess like right here. There's your red dot. Nah. Right there. That's that one right there. Huh. It missed it. That's what it is. The intraday missed it. It just missed it by the hair of its chinny chin chin. 0.000004. I think that's what it was. See it right there? And the green was minus 0.00000. 5 zeros. 5 zeros? Yeah, 5 zeros and then 8. Just missed it by the hair. Planet says, silly, really, does my regular chart have Hinky ASCII too on the platform? Definitely. They have Hinky ASCIIs everywhere. But you definitely want to, between the stochastics, the slow and the fast stochastic, and the Hinky ASCIIs, you want to combine together. I think we'll label this working on technical analysis. Rob, Janos, we'll call it technical analysis for the title today. Anybody want to see anything before I'm done? Because it's after the hour. And if you have any particular product you want to look at, give me, just put it up on the chat line. I'll stick around for another minute or so just to, get that all figured out. There we go. Oh, I got to put the title in. So I'm thinking about calling this technical analysis. All good? Okay. All right, traders. We will catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. And I'm going to play with this platform today. I have plenty of time today to do it. So here, I'll show you Green Planet. This way you can also look at the webinar. But here, let's do this. Get rid of that. Close that. Make this bigger. And what we're looking at there is the green. See how it says there? It's just the fast D. It's the slow D. Let's just edit it. Edit indicator. We want the D, fast D, not the K, just the fast D. And then on this one, same thing. We want the inputs. There it is. We just want the slow D. And you run them against each other. And we're not looking at the K again. We skip the K. And then the input is a 3, as you can see there. The D is a 3. And you can see here the input is a 3 also. See right there, the D. And we're not using any of those, and we're not using that top one there. It's just a slow D. Okay? All right. One can put them on the same chart to cross one another if needed. Exactly. How do I do that on this? Do you know? How can I make them be on one chart? You see, I put the slow D over the fast. Yeah. How do I do that? Do I right click it? Arrange maybe? Add indicator. Okay. And then go to momentum, is it? Add indicator. Okay. I've got them added. And then is it at the very beginning when I add the indicators? Is that what it is? So is it over here? Let's see. I think we're going to label this the Manhattan indicator. Because I don't think I've Googled it. There is no such thing as a Manhattan indicator. So I think we've got ourselves a Doc's Manhattan indicator. So we can put that up there as the title to this. If I can get to my, there it is. All right, I'll play around with it. And if you can tell me how to put the two of them on top of each other, that'd be cool. I'll look in the added indicator and see if it does it there. Let's see. Title. All right, traders. This is Doc from North America. We'll catch you on TGIF. That's tomorrow. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. And I love J4. Ta-ta for now.